Oh.
But the last like build up non Hell in a Cell is one that a lot of people think is kind of a silly concept, but you look at it from a storyline perspective. So they never really revealed the whole thing, like Shane, what he was gonna like reveal on Vince, because he was talking about how he had
It was that
some
lockbox.
sort of like that lockbox, and so Vince was like furious about it. So Vince decides to open up the vault basically and bring in the Undertaker and throw Shane into Hell in a Cell with the Undertaker. Might not have been a feud that needed it, but if you look at it from Vince's perspective, makes sense. And
the
match itself was actually pretty damn good. Yeah, it was. And Mohammed, you and I were both there. There were a lot of people, especially in my area, were getting furious at Shane. Shane was getting some heat in my section. I'm not sure how it was down in yours. But Shane was definitely getting a lot of heat when he started using weapons and stuff on Taker. Shane if you look at it, Shane is going into the match basically the face, and Taker is essentially the heel's muscle. But when you watch the match,
exactly, he's the grunt, honestly. But he's a phenomenal grunt.
Shane
He's a grunt.
starts getting the heel heat. Yes, exactly. And it worked out. It had some, of course, as James said earlier, Shane McMahon in Hell in a Cell, so you're gonna get some Shane high spots, and the two guys made it work well together. It's Taker, who at that point was definitely getting a little bit more broken down. Shane, who hadn't been wrestling in years, had a recipe for possible disaster, but these two guys made it work.
And Shane does good. My only complaint about Shane McMahon is I enjoy he's entertaining, but he should, to me, be doing mid-tier wrestlers, making them look good. It's just that it's hard for me to say
like and stuff.
Yeah, because it elevates them.
Steve Blackman test.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sort of like his 99.
It just because so I'm looking at that match. You trying to tell me the Undertaker can't take out Shane McMahon? See what I mean? The guy that went toe to toe with Brock Lesnar, all these people, yeah. See, that's what they start getting.
Whoa, we didn't talk about the Brock Lesnar versus the Undertaker too. But let's get.
No, we haven't. We skipped over the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view matches.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, but
you see what I'm saying though?
But I remember because I remember when that match was made, I was disappointed as hell because I was like, the Undertaker versus Shane. I mean, I'm happy.
In a Hell in a Cell match.
I'm happy he came back and all, but I was like, in my mind, and
it was odd.
Yeah, it's still like going into it. Now again, looking back, I think it was the most hype match of WrestleMania 32 that year. It's not necessarily the best, not necessarily the best bell to bell, because I think the women's match takes that one, but it was great. But still, going into it, it did not feel like I knew Shane McMahon as a character was big enough for the Undertaker, but as a match itself, it was like, I want to see the Undertaker versus someone else. I would have rather Shane McMahon brought someone in to fight the Undertaker, but then again.
But see, that's heel Shane, but he was the baby, and I'm the same way too. Like, oh, he's gonna bring he's gonna help someone else level someone else. But I'm like, I'm here to Undertaker's getting his offense, and Shane is getting up, and I'm like, who looks bad in this scenario, Shane or the Undertaker? But it's a McMahon. It's fine. You golden. But I'm like, 30 minutes with Shane McMahon. I'm like, okay.
Now, looking back knowing the history the two of them have as friends, as what apparently turned out to be close friends.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice moment for them to share that cell together. And
it was good. It just
the match itself is not like, it's not a technical standout match or anything. It's highlighted by Shane jumping off the thing and doing the coast to coast. And even I think the most thing that Undertaker did that stood up was like that pat to Shane's head before he tombstones him.
Yeah.
He goes like, "You did well, kid," and then just turns him into the tombstone.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. It's just more just looking at it as a casual,
I completely agree.
Yeah. This dude must be a badass.
Yeah. And by the way, fighting on top of the cell or just people on top of the cell. This would be the only time where you don't like being ringside because you can't, because your neck is cranked as hell.
I bet, yeah.
Shane, get the hell down from there.
I just wanted to see you actually say that, just yell that out in public, just while Shane is climbing.
I honestly said that. I did, and I was doing it for the comedy value because I always remember that time. It's not Hell in a Cell related, where Rusev gets on the table and is gonna smash through one of the guys, and Michael Cole is
Sheamus at the
Survivor Series. I think it's something like that.
Yes, yep.
And Michael Cole is yelling at Rusev like Rusev was his Chihuahua or something. Like, Rusev, get down from there. Rusev, get down. Bad, Rusev, bad. He didn't say bad, Rusev, but it felt like that. And honestly, I have, for some reason, Shane McMahon on top and Undertaker down. That phrase came to my head. So I was like, Shane, get down from there. And I'm like, Shane, goddamn it, get. And he did get down, but
yeah, in some capacity.
Thank you for joining us on the Outlaw Macho Drive-In. If you liked that video, please click like and subscribe to our channel for more content from the Drive-In. For full episodes of our podcast, you may look us up on Anchor, Spotify, or wherever your favorite podcasts are available. Just search for Outlaw Macho Drive-In. And if it's not too much trouble, would you help us out here? Spread the word, share. We would really appreciate it. Thank you. We love you. Bye.